Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Mr. Dunlap is, in my opinion, still a young man. Obviously, he's had some...
And there it is, the judge's sarcasm is cutting like a knife. When a cop asks your name but already knows it, that's your cue to stop playing games, not start running. This moment sets the tone for a classic case of denial meeting reality.
Some problems. He's got a history of drug abuse. This particular case, Your Honor, he was at a motel, I believe in Menor. An officer approached him, and he denied being Matthew Dunlap, I believe, and then took off. However, he got about 5 or 6 steps away before the officer tackled him. Unfortunately, the officer did suffer an injury. I guess it was fairly serious, required some surgery. Mr. Dunlap was unaware of the extent of his injury up until just recently at the change of plea. He feels very remorseful for what he did. Mr. Dunlap, Your Honor, Mr. Dunlap has had a job with the union. He hasn't been working because he was just in jail for quite a bit of time. He just got out. I just spoke to him. He said he just has to get reinstated. He can get back to work with a union job doing asphalt and concrete work. I'm hoping the court will consider the joint recommendation for community control here. I think if the court gives him an opportunity on probation, puts the ball in his court, I think Mr. Dunlap has certainly learned a lesson recently after spending a couple months in jail. I think it's cleared his head. He's calmed down a bit, and I think he's more focused, and I think he's going to show the court that he can do what needs to be done. You're going to hear from him in just a second, Your Honor, but again, I think in my talking with him, he's very remorseful for this incident, and I'm hoping the court will consider community control. Thank you, Your Honor.
So, the defense is pleading for leniency, community control, basically probation instead of prison. But remember, judges don't just hear the words, "I've learned my lesson." They look for proof. Think about it. What would you need to see to believe this guy really changed?
Okay, what do you want to tell me?
Your Honor, I just wanted to let you and the court know that I'm sorry that the officer got hurt. Either way, I'd be, remorseful because I shouldn't have been running away in the first place. I shouldn't even put myself in that situation. I did have a drug problem, but these 90 days have definitely done a lot to my mentality.
What?
I'm a lot more focused, and
Why did you leave Matt Talbot after a day?
that was the Keating Center. And,
Keating, whatever. Okay.
I guess I just wasn't, ready to.
What do you mean you weren't ready? You've been screwing around with drugs on black and white for 17 years. What do you mean you weren't ready?
I mean, my mind wasn't.
Yikes, kicked out of jail treatment for arguing. That's like getting fired from community service. It shows how deep the emotional triggers go for people battling addiction. But the judge isn't buying any more excuses, and honestly, can you blame her?
As clear and focused and as sharp as I am now, I believe these 90 days really did something to my psyche and my mentality.
During the course of that 90 days, you also got kicked out of jail treatment, didn't you?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Why?
It was an argument, just a verbal argument, and I got heated. I wasn't able to, stay calm, and I believe that extra 30 days I had a lot more time to focus on myself and my flaws.
I mean, you've had a lot of time over the years to focus on your flaws, and it's resulted in more flaws, more trouble, repeated trouble, same thing. You're like a daily version of Groundhog Day. I mean, it's the same goddamn thing all the time. And this time, obviously, if a cop walks up to you and says, "Are you Matthew Dunlap?" He knows you're Matthew Dunlap. And you decide to run, causing his injury. You caused his injury. Had to have surgery. Is he back at work yet?
I don't believe so. Or he's
Okay.
on light duty.
Okay. So why did you run?
I mean, honestly, like, I was still using at the time, and, you know, I just didn't want to go back to jail, so I thought I could get away, but obviously not.
So your problem is you refuse to take responsibility for you. You refuse to do that, and you're not young, okay? Mr. Watson started office by saying you're still a young man, you're 38 years old. Okay? And you haven't grown up at all. And you telling me that these 90 days you just did really focused you is nonsense. Okay, I don't believe you. Okay? If it focused you, then you would have completed Keating and you would have completed jail treatment. Why did you leave Keating? Because you wanted to, right?
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
But, Your Honor, could I tell you that I left the Keating Center before the 90 days I had in jail, so I was able to clear my mind in jail.
Okay. Okay. You make it very difficult for anybody to believe anything you say. Okay. How old's your son?
He's 12.
Where does he live?
He lives with his mom's parents and her.
Okay. So how's that going?
This is where the courtroom gets personal. The judge flips from legal authority to moral accountability, and she's not wrong. Every judge has that one question they ask that cuts through the lies. Here, it's about parenting, responsibility, and the cost of addiction on family. What would you say if you were in his shoes?
Not very good. Just
Why not?
because he's not with his mom and dad.
Why not?
Because my history of drug use.
Okay, he's 12 years old. Right?
Yes.
So why are you so selfish that you don't prioritize his needs over yours? As well as his mother. Why are you two so selfish that you keep doing the same thing all these years and now he's 12? What input have you had in his upbringing?
Not a very positive one, honestly, but
Well, so what's the problem with his upbringing then?
I mean, it's just me. I haven't. He hasn't had like a positive, male figure in his life.
What
because
about his grandfather?
he's not the best.
He's not the best.
No.
Apparently he's better than you. Because he's the one raising him, not you. What grade is your son in?
He's in 7th grade now.
Okay. What are his grades like?
I mean, he tested gifted and, like the state test and everything, but he still got D's and F's.
How long has that been going on?
I mean, he was getting good grades, but I feel like, I've been locked up since he started school. I haven't been able to help. I know that I'm not the best teacher, but
How is it that you would be able to help him if you're always getting strung out on drugs?
I mean, when I'm getting strung out, I'm not very much help.
Okay, why don't you stop doing that?
I'm going to.
You're going to. Why haven't you stopped yet?
I have stopped.
He's 12 years old.
I guess that's just me being selfish.
Right. Or being unwilling to change, or being unable to change, or all of the above. What else you want to say?
You know, I'm really going to do it this time, and you know, I really hope that you go with the prosecutor's recommendation for probation, because I feel like I could really, you know, change this time, and you know, I'm not going to be in front of
I don't
you
even
again.
think you believe what you're telling me.
No, I do.
I don't think so. You seem very, very much insincere. Have a seat. Ms. Bell?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would ask that you adopt the joint recommendation in this case for community control sanctions. The state would also recommend NeoCap. Thank you.
What happened to your case in Minnesota?
Well, I believe the statutes of limitations expired, so I mean, I don't think there's anything going on out there. It's been over 4 years, 5 years almost.
4 years. What happened there?
Basically, somebody I was with, we got caught with drugs, and I ended up doing a day in jail, and then I think there was just too much going on out there at the time, and they released me the next day, and
That's
I
the
never-
and that's
I
the
never-
last you ever heard of it?
yeah, I've been checking like the warrant list and everything, and
Right.
I'm pretty sure that it was a statute of limitations. It's only 3 years for that felony.
So this is like 6 months or 7 months after you got released from prison here.
Yes.
What were you doing in Minnesota?
I went out there to get, you know, just for a geographical, you know, change, but obviously, you know, it doesn't matter where you live. You can find drugs anywhere,
Right.
or they're gonna find you if you're looking.
Now you're going to find them. They don't have the ability to get some legs and find you. Okay. You find them. You do that very well. Why do you, you've got the ability, at least by your own report here, that you told probation, to work and make $38 an hour. What do you do with all your money? Spend it on drugs, right? Right?
Yes.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the drug and alcohol evaluation. I've considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. This is a felony 5, and I can send you to prison because you've been to prison before on a felony 5. Apparently you haven't learned too much since that stint in prison. Because you keep doing the same thing over and over. But I'm going to accept the joint recommendation. I'll put you on community control for 4 years.
Plot twist, despite all the frustration, the judge does give him probation. That's rare grace right there. But this is what makes courtroom justice so fascinating.
You're
He
gonna serve
balances
90 days
punishment
in
with
jail
one
with
last
credit for
chance.
3.
Think he deserves it? Drop your take in the comments.
You're going to serve 90 days in jail with credit for 3.